Hi, everybody. This is Joanna. Thank you so much for tuning in to our early morning Ascension show from wherever it is that you are watching. We wanted to offer a beautiful little offering. It's always little and big at the same time. So thank you so much for everyone tuning in with us. Today we wanted to talk about, we're just coming out of the new moon energies, and we always talk about cycles. Each and every one of us have our own unique growth cycles, our soul cycles, based on our soul's blueprint, what we've allowed ourselves to release and let go of, the stories and the patterns that we've been habituated within, the smallness of who we thought we were and we were told, and what we're being projected from all arenas of our changing world, and why it's really important that we stay within the center of who we are as the divine essence of who we are as source creator, always becoming. It's always a harmonization of who we've been, who we choose to be now, and who we want to explore ourselves as and express as and experience ourselves anew. And so it's a constant state of becoming. In this class that we had recently of the new moon class for our moon wisdoms, healings, and leadership class, it was so profound and so beautiful. So I suggest anybody that's looking to really deepen their understanding of who they are as a goddess, to activate and rebalance their divine feminine energies, to really take that creative leadership experience into a realm of play and exploration for yourself as divine feminine, moving within the embodiment of who you are as divine mother and divine father energies as one, co-creating creatively as a fifth dimensional leader and co-creator, finding our world transitioning into offering yourself as a beautiful creative being of light, and how to press that and present it to the new worlds of creation, and allowing yourself to know that those that are meant to align with your energy will just find you through the honoring and the offering of who you are as authentic and genuine blessedness of your creative joy. The more that you offer this experience of your authenticity, of your genuineness, to be an excitement of who you are, living from your chakras and living from the epicenter of who you are, then those energies will just be allowed to be threaded to you in the way that it will. And that's the job of the spirits, spirit realms, and the co-creator, omnipresent, your intentions, and living from those truthful intentions, from those joyful intentions, and then presenting yourself a whole new landscape of co-creative exploration. And so that's really how we manifest. We manifest from the heartfelt experience of who we are. However, most often than not, we've never been taught these experiences of returning to center, of living from center, of choosing from the center, being your own best advocate for your multidimensional allness, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the etheric, and then becoming that whole spiritual being that you are. That's why we've often talked about the cycles that we move within, because the cycles allow us to really transition out of the habituated cycles through fear and limitation that we're all healing and releasing. And those come in many ways. They're threaded to us in many ways. They're threaded through the lineage, through the Akash, through the social dynamics, through our families, belief patterns and habits, and so forth. And then what we choose to take on as soul, transcension tools and experiences, because our soul wants to grow. Our soul wants to call in what it can, to know that we are masters, to stand and face all fears, to stand and face all limiting beliefs, all rigidity. And so what we wanted to offer is just that as you're stepping into these new experiences, and we feel the new energy that's kind of preparing us for this June experience of summer solstice energy, and we're going to be bathed with all of these beautiful energies all over the planet to further awaken us, to further bathe the deepest parts of ourselves, and understanding that the micro-macro harmonic song is for us to always go deeper within all that we are and pull up what's required and needed. And while we work with the magnetics of our planet, we work with the magnetics of our galaxy, we're finding that many of my personal clients and many of my own perceptual experiences with our collective is that the divine feminine bodies are really changing. I don't know if you've noticed, those of you that are divine feminine, and those of you that are in a male body, but also at this point in your ascension cycle, rebalancing your feminine body, the fields and the energies that you have within you. Also aligned within all of your chakras are the divine male and female aspects that we are each aligning. As you awaken and your chakras become activated through the bathing of light, you will each pull up versions and lessons to transcend in each divine male and female body, to then return to the divine sacred child energy. And so in this always calling forward from the depths of our subconscious and bringing it to the conscious understanding of who we are, our spirit is a powerful, infinite, eternal being of joy and play. And so as we present ourselves, anything that comes up, I am an infinite, eternal joy of sacred play, and I can transcend whatever is before me that's being brought up from the depths of who I am. Because that depth of who you are is nothing to be feared. It's nothing to be labeled as shadow or, in the old, the old energies of the tarot, how things were so labeled, and how the occult energies and many of our experiences about who we are were really mislabeled and misunderstood, and they've had negative connotations for so many years, and why many of us, like Divine Feminine, are coming forward to really understand the essence of all that we are as allness of Source. We are allness of Source, based on the experiences and the energetic imprints, if you will, psyche wounds, if you will, come forward into this timeline, even though on any other realm and any other body, they've had similar bodies and experiences of what we call in this realm psyche. Those leave those imprints of experience through which we create beliefs around to keep us safe, to keep us limited, to keep us in fear, if you will. But we no longer need that anymore, because we understand that as we're harmonizing and releasing all of the layers of limitation, all of the layers of vibrational stories that we choose not to entangle ourselves within the cycles that really go nowhere, just continuing in the same, the same mess of drama. And we choose to say, I've learned from those lessons now. I understand what it's all about, and I'm ready to let those go. And I'm ready to step into a new version of me, and honoring all messes and honoring all experiences, and just honor it for what it is, and then step out into a grander experience of simplicity and co-creation. Because it all serves, it's all you, it all serves. And in this new energy of this new beginning, this new cycle, this new energies that you're emanating and you're radiating from the energy core of who you are, from your chakra systems. Every chakra radiates a harmonized pulsation into the universe. And that's why if you are imbalanced in any one of your chakras or bodies, physical, mental, emotional, etheric fields and bodies, then those will be the pulsations that are reflected back to you, so that you can see, my reality is showing an imbalance of something. My reality is showing my belief of something. My reality is showing my perspective of something, of who I am. And then reflect upon it. So honor everything that's reflected to you, because it allows you to see the infinite becoming of who you are. The infinite becoming of who you are is always Source. You're always the wholeness of Source, always. What keeps us from that wholeness is the fragment perspectives from all the wounds and all the fears and all the limitations of who we gave our power away in honor to live in our wholeness. If I wasn't getting such and such grades, I wasn't honored, I wasn't valued or respected. And so now you're needing to call that belief back in and heal it, and then create that one that suits you. What do you need to feel valued? What do you need to present yourself anew in this new cycle? What is important for you in the way you express yourself? Remember, the 3 E's of the soul will always help you return to center and create a new cycle. So in your morning daily clearing, what is it that I'm ready to clear today and face and own? You're returning to the light of all that you are. Your daily self-care is so important, because it allows you to return to the direction of who you are as Source, the guidance of who you are as Source. All of the teams and all of the beings that you walk with as Source, the soul of all that you are as Source. I'm aligning my chakras. I'm calling in the light that I need. I'm calling in the love that I need. I'm calling in the oneness that I need, and all the beings that are with me, and all the beings that are helping me direct and guide my life. Because Spirit knows the highest aspects of your soul. Source knows the soul plan. Source knows your blueprint. Source knows what's ahead, what's behind, what's around all corners. What's in your highest and your best interest with Source Creator, the divine sacred heart that you are with Source Creator, the Mother and the Father and the sacred child within. And it's a diamond shape that goes from your throat chakra all the way down to the top of your navel. That is the divine sacred heart energy and area that Jesus showed me through how we live through the center of who we are, constant renewing, constant evaluating and reflecting upon our pulsations of who we are as spirit. And as this center place of who we are becomes rarefied and harmonized from all old cycles, honoring it, accepting it, allowing it, forgiving it, and honoring it in the highest compassion, valuing all the stories, and returning to the center place for the mastery of who we're now becoming. It's a constant state of rebirth and renewal. And that is the womb of the Creator. That's the womb of Mother and Father as one, saying that now you've just learned these beautiful, valuable lessons. Now let's do this, let's try this, let's try that. It's a constant state of becoming. Our experience through all moments, whether we know it or not, is a constant rebirthing into the school of creation, into how we can explore ourselves, the 3 E's, express ourselves as the 3 E's, and experience ourselves as the soul of all that we are. Because we're always calling in those aspects of our soul as we're releasing the limited aspects through the healing of those soul experiences, through that separative reality. That's all we're healing is separation, because we are always whole. We're always one with source. So we're healing that, and why we reflect what we do in our reality. So anything that comes to you, you just reflect upon it. What is this showing me about the wholeness that I truly am? Am I really separate? Am I really limited? Is that fear really valid? And then you keep returning to this space of honoring yourself and trusting yourself and loving yourself and valuing yourself, so that the moment for moment life that you live is that wholeness of you, is that expression of you, is that experience of you. And why those ascension cycles are so important is that you can kind of gauge, when I'm going through a release now, I'm going to be really kind to myself and nourishing of myself, and I'm just going to allow myself this space to heal. And just close off a couple of days for yourself for that self-honoring, that self-healing, because you're being rebirthed. You're being rebirthed anew as you're releasing those energies. Then you get to return to center and say, well, this is the new cycle I want to move within. I want to explore myself as the lessons I've just learned of being limited and not trusting myself as my creative gifts or my creative offering, or feeling limited in who I am as love. I want to now explore these and test myself and challenge myself to be more loving and open and caring in loving ways, because I know that love will always come to me. I'm not limited in love. My heart will always be made whole. I don't have to worry about having my heart broken again. I know that if I'm in this higher vibration, I'm going to call in people that are at a higher vibration. And those heart-wrenching experiences of ego drama and ego games aren't going to be played, because you've learned those lessons. And so you can just play those honoring experiences of just harmonizing and talking with yourself and your spirit and your soul to honor the wisdom that you've accumulated. It's always the accumulation of who you've been. Well, I still choose to put myself out there as a heart-centered being, because I do want love. I do want to express love and experience love. And I really want to explore love in different ways. That's what Source allows us to grow with him. And we're finding that as we do live in this experience of you are the master of you, you are the directorship of you, your heart and your soul and your spirit and all that you are as a body is being directed by you, the embodiment of you. You're allowing yourself to then create this new realm of the pulsations. I've learned my lessons. I'm recentering with spirit as spirit, and now I'm directing my co-creations differently, with greater enthusiasm for who I am, with greater love for who I am, with greater care for who I am. And in that way, we get to create this holistic, reality experience, community of experience, that you're in alignment with the epitome of your embodiment. Because the epitome of your embodiment means that as you're living through your chakras and knowing that your chakras are balanced, that you're always safe, that whatever comes forward, you're able to face and love and heal and honor. And then as you do, you're releasing the rest to Source Creator. Remember, energy never really goes anywhere. It's just being transmuted and renewed. You're renewing the energy through your higher vibrational wisdoms and honoring of who you are, spirit. And so it's always never just a mind game. It's never just the heart. The heart is the healer, so that it harmonizes those higher vibrational, the higher mind guiding you. These are your new higher wisdoms now. These are your new higher wisdoms now, because you're making space and you're allowing all light to come in and activate what needs to be activated. And all that you need to know will be known. All that you need to research, you'll have those intuitive pings and those synchronicities to go to those experiences and also pull from within those experiences, so that you're harmonizing the wholeness of you. Remember, our wisdom never comes from just one or two sources. As we're becoming more awakened, and the embodiment of all that we are is light and energy. Remember, when I say the embodiment of light, that means that all of your chakras, you're continuing through your daily self-care, through your harmonize of who you are, and through your expression, experience, and exploration of who you are. You're just allowing the embodiment of who you are as light just to become always rebirthed. Your chakras are being rebirthed and reborn. Your higher self and your soul and your teams are taking in information, whether you know it or not, from the planetary grids and what's being offered as we ascend as a collective. So too does Gaia release certain information, and why there are many consciousness groups and beings that are also involved in Gaia's ascension. And we are the ones that we are the activators of our collective experience on Gaia. That as our consciousness grows and raises from the unique chakra centers that hold wisdoms within, the chakra centers, the DNA, and all that we are as whole body beings of light and spirit, creating matter, we allow all of our harmonization of wisdoms from all timelines and all realms. And it's a divinely timed process. And so it never just comes from a traditional book or school. Your harmonization of your unique, omnipresent wisdom is something that is collected over eons of time. We say time. And the illusion of time, the experience of right now, because everything is just now. So the more that you harmonize in love and openness and fluidity of who you are as the constant rebirthing, as the constant renewal, as the constant womb that you nourish yourself within, nurture yourself within, the embodiment and the epitome of light that you are. You're constantly allowing yourself for the greater access, for the light to be bathed into all the chakras, allowing those harmonizations of greater wisdom to then activate. Remember, it's a divine, elegant experience. The wisdoms that are held within you as a crystalline being, and also the wisdoms that are held within Gaia that is also activating with you, that is activating and feeding you, and feeding and nourishing you. And then your body continues this harmonization. And it's a constant harmonization of renewal and rebirth, of renewal and rebirth, of renewal and rebirth. And all of those experiences of residue, energetic residue from, let's just say older relationships or troubling, family traumas and times, allowing the residue of what you are unable to, heal and co-create, because you're not responsible for healing things for others. You're not responsible for, taking on their pain. Many of us have empaths, can feel many of the projections that others, want to send us in their pain and in their trying to sort things out. But it's key that we put up the vibrational boundaries so that we're not taking on any energies that are not ours to clear and that are not ours to take ownership of and responsibility of. And that's just getting to know your multidimensional bodies and your fields. And knowing that when you're thinking or have those thoughts of others, sometimes often than not, it's them thinking about you and then placing those energetic boundaries up so that you can get on with co-creating in the vibrations and the energies that you want to, and also understanding the entanglement cords that we all come with, and understanding how to kind of manage and navigate within those experiences and set your boundaries and set guidelines and set your intentions for what you want to dance within and what your new experience and realm of play is desiring of you. And that's just getting to know your body as a goddess, getting to know who you are as a light worker, as a healer, as your own best and highest goddess and guide. You're calling up your choices so that you're creating your reality based on your highest choices for you. What is in the best interest of your body? What's in the best interest of your emotional body and your emotional field? Keeping your emotional bodies and fields cleared and cleansed, and doing salt baths and being with Gaia, nourishing yourself with beautiful colors and things that make you feel creatively fluid and flowing. And that, again, is that daily self-care and clearing from your chakras so that you can have access to the flow of your creativity. And just calling in light. I call in light through breath. I call in light through my intention. And in this new cycle, I choose to now call forward and seek and inspire creative exploration and expression. I want to express myself in a new way. I want to harmonize to myself and constantly renewing myself, constantly offering new gifts based on my new creative and telepathic, galactic, and omnipresent gifts that are constantly being offered. Greater awareness and working with, practicing your intuitive gifts that are being activated. Clear conscience, clear sentience, clear audience, all of those gifts that we have as higher vibrational healers and leaders, and why you sometimes just know what you know. Because as those energies are being cleared, the density, calcifications, and all of those energies are being cleared from your new now knowing, this is what I choose to be. I am a goddess of light, I am a goddess of light, and have many wisdoms, I have many gifts, and I have many honorings. And I want to express myself in the most loving and nurturing ways, because I've allowed myself to practice what it feels like to not feel good, what it feels like to be not honored and not valued. I've had those experiences and I've reflected upon those beliefs, and now I've gone within and I've allowed myself to be fed whole, because I do deserve to be honored. I do deserve to be valued, and my gifts are really profound. I want to express them. I want to explore them in new ways. This is what my new cycle will look like. This is my intention for my new cycle. And I want to express this through all of my chakras so that I am safe in knowing. I am creative in my blessings. I am presence, and I get to have that power of creative experience. And my heart is so full and exploratory, and I'm calling in those that are also in that same vibration. And I get to challenge myself to be vulnerable and authentic. And I get to speak my spirit. That's so important. Most of my clients that I've been working with in some way have, in some way or another, from some timeline that's accentuated through your life experience now, blockages in the throat chakra. because they're not speaking the fullest expression of their spirit. And the fullest expression of your spirit, again, is all of your chakras and all of your fields and bodies harmonized as one. And that's mastery. Because you're tuning in all the experiences and situations where you hold yourself back and where you succumb and give your power away to others. And those are just through practices, and why we have the wounds and the experiences that we heal from. And anytime anything new comes into your environment, you get to say, body, mind, heart, spirit, and soul, I'm going to speak my truth now. And I'm going to speak the wholeness of my spirit. That no, I choose to create this way. This is how I choose to be presented in this way. This is how my heart chooses to express itself and explore itself. And how can we all compromise and work together on this? Not just succumbing your power to other people because it's easier for them or it helps them feel more comfortable. And many of us that have really big energy and really big lives to explore, our souls are really big and we carry a big, big energy. And sometimes that often makes others feel uncomfortable, and that's okay. Let them harmonize with their intentions of feeling comfortable with who they are. But it doesn't have to make you to have that experience of shrinking into your creativity or shrinking into your light. You're profound, so be profound. The more light that you carry and just bathe every chakra with light, bathe every chakra with light, and just intend it, because this new cycle is new. This new cycle I will choose to create in harmony. This new cycle I'm calling all that I am as a soul, all that I am as a soul, and I want to harmonize with all that I am. I'm going to harmonize with the elemental and the fairy aspects of me. I'm going to harmonize with the ocean and the cetacean aspects of me. I'm going to harmonize with the most creative elements from Gaia and the forest and nature elements from me. I'm going to harmonize with my galactic aspects of me. I'm going to harmonize with the mother and the father of me. And I'm going to be that creative sacred child that's really excited and beautiful to anticipate great miracles that Source will place before me, because I'm harmonizing all of me. And I've got all of those lessons on the back burner, and anything that comes up, Spirit's going to show me, well, test yourself now. Can you speak your truth in honor? Can you be further in alignment of your higher truth? Because every time you go through a new cycle, you're going to be given a wider array of soul lessons to explore, express, and experience your new truth. And your new truth comes with greater responsibility. We say responsibility in that your light is, and your aura field is now carrying greater light. And so that comes with greater responsibility. Responsibility to care for yourself, making sure that your fields are cleared and cleansed daily, making sure that you're aligning with joy and happiness, because your body needs it to stay healthy. You're becoming the ambassador and the director of your health and your wellness. And that's a responsibility that we've never really been taught, because we've given our power away to outside sources to say, oh no, this is how you stay healthy. You know, take this pill and take that pill and take. No, we're the directors of who we are as light. And I get to choose my own health in my own way, because I am the speaker and the leader and the director of my own experience. And that is sovereignty. And that's allowing the light to be bathed. And anything that you call forward to explore yourself as a higher truth, just know that you can do it. You're a child of infinite wisdom, of eternal light wisdom. You're harmonizing all aspects of you are in all of the new phases. And when you're doing your daily self-care, set out your intentions of the day for your spirit to call in those experiences for you to test yourself that you have risen and you are practicing your new truths. You're practicing your new truth to speak in your highest best, to allow your spirit to be heard and valued, and to allow relationship challenges to be healed and to be forgiven, but also to align to a higher vibrational experience. Meaning that some relationships that have been challenged in many, many karmic densities will now be given the opportunity to be harmonized and to be compromised into higher vibrational give and take, reciprocity, can't say that word, and energies where there's going to be greater boundaries for respect and value. And so some will choose to move away because they don't want to play that game, and some will choose, yeah, I can handle that. I wanted to, you know, I've had lots of time of reflecting, and I want to value you as well. And so how can we work together? And so just allow all of those constant rebirthing and renewals to come in, and just be okay with some relationships will just move on because their soul's theme is somewhere different, and that's okay. It doesn't say that you won't ever come back, but what the soul needs at that time is not necessarily matching with your vibrational need and wants and desires. And so that's the harmonization that all souls will go through. Every family will go through its transition, and you keep bringing one another up, just allowing yourself that time to reflect and to integrate. What did I learn from that? What would I like to do today? What would I like to see today? What would I like to pull in for me today so I can test my mental nourishment, my physical nourishment, my emotional nourishment, my spiritual nourishment? I want to send out those pulsations from all of my chakras that I want to work with Soul Tribe. I want to work with soul tribe that are really excited about doing this, this, and this, and creating this, this, and this, because I know I've got gifts, and I'm calling in those gifts, and I'm practicing with them. I'm harmonizing with the higher truth, using your ability to use energy and be benevolent with energy in a good way. And my teams are always said, and I said in our post this morning, intention is everything. So as you're awakening to these higher gifts and these new aspects and these new potentials of you, because remember, you're an infinite being, what is your intention? You know, and for me, when my teams are saying that, my intention for me is just to allow the highest and the greatest good for me to continue to evolve. My greatest good to evolve, my greatest good, because that's all I have control over. I'm the master of my destiny. How can I evolve in a really loving way today that can allow me to express myself new? What's a new expression that I can come forward with? My body. I want to express differently with my body. So how can I do that? Bring forward the inspirations, bring forward the knowing of who I am to express this in a different way. How can I come forward and express myself with my intimate relationships in a different way so that I'm allowing myself to be tested and challenged in new ways as a soul? Because that's what the soul will want. The soul will call it in for you, whether you do it or not. It just feels better when, more, I suppose, aligned when you're calling it in and you're being the master of your own, experience. And your teams will say, get ready, there's change coming, and it's more appropriate, and it's less, frightening if you have, you're mastering it yourself and saying, yeah, I know change is coming, I got it. I got this, spirit, let's do this. And you're taking control of the epicenter of light that you're in. You're a beautiful soul that's vast. You're a beautiful soul that's wide, and your intentions are to live freely and joyfully and in bliss. So those new cycles allow you to create with intention, create with benevolence, to create with the joy and bliss of who you are as that sacred child. And culminating all of your lessons on a daily experience. What did I learn yesterday about that? Did I challenge myself enough creatively? Did I allow myself to play enough? Did I allow myself to take enough reflection time and downtime? Did I allow myself to call in my spirits and my guides? I want to talk with them. I want to be with them. And I want to live in this oneness with them. When you call your soul forward, you can feel their presence, and they're offering you the infinite light that your soul is. Your soul is infinite light. Your soul can provide you anything that you require. And so it's getting into good use that through every new ascension cycle, parts of your new soul, your whole soul will feel new to you. And it will offer you those gifts that your soul can offer you. That's why you have your soul, because at every stage of your evolution, your soul comes on board and online, if you will, to offer it as what it is you need. You always have what you need when you need it. But are you living from that space that yes, I am a soul and I have infinite access to beings of light, infinite access to Gaia that's allowing me to become more full in who I am? And so these cycles, every cycle allows you to press out and give yourself that loving intention. Well, how do I choose to feel today? Feeling is everything. I want to feel alive and vibrant. I want to feel ready that I can create something on my own. I can create my entrepreneurial vocation that's good for me. I can create it any way I want. I don't have to resolve to old cycles and patterns that are no longer there because they're all breaking up. I get to do something really new for me. And it's coming from that wholeness of who I am, the harmony of who I am, all aspects of me. And just know that you're going to have those little hiccups. You're going to have resistance. That's okay. Because you can't change and you can't grow without resistance. And that resistance just allows you to stand bigger and taller in your essence and say, no, I'm really committed to this. I'm really devoted to this. And this is really important to me. This is who I am as a spirit. And that is my sovereignty speaking. And then your throat chakra gets cleared. And so your intention is everything. And we were saying, I was doing an experience for my children. And when I always check in with their health and any decision I need to make, that's of a great concern for their highest and their best, I always tune in and I always ask their guides and their higher selves, things that are important for them. And they're asking, what are the intentions of the question? And it's always for the highest and for their best good. So it's not based on biases to prove anything to anyone, or to, especially when we're coming out of cycles of having to really let go of the resolve and the power that we give away to others, especially if you're going through breakups, divorces, transitions in the family, where you're really trying to garner and gather all of your life lessons, especially if you've been one to, to soften and give your power away because you don't like, conflict or anything. And so those of us that are meant to be leaders and meant to be standing in our power in a powerful way, we're going to have constant soul lessons that are always, challenging us to stand in our power. So what that does is sometimes, we had a video a little while ago at resisting the resistance, and what are those friction stories that you tend to play with certain people because they tend to challenge you in those ways, to stand in your power, to stand in your truth, not to succumb to anybody else's pressures of you or what they think of you or what they want of you, but for you to stand fully in your own. And why we contract sometimes those challenging relationships. And sometimes it is not to prove a point to anyone, but to always stay within the highest and the best. And that's mastery that takes practice. Because as a mother, your highest concern is always the highest and best for the children. And as you're going through family changes and family shifts, is to always keep the highest and the best for the core of what's needed as unity and oneness, and result from there first. And then the petty differences of the parents, if you will, get put aside so that you can work on the core foundation of love and trust and unity for the highest and for the greatest of the children. And then the pettiness of the parents can be resolved in their own infinite work of who they are in and of themselves, in their own private inner reflections and so on, and inner self-love and inner self-care and so on. And as they do the work, they then feed that higher energy to the core, which is unity, oneness, and highest and greatest good, so that you're constantly allowing the highest and the greatest good at the core. And that is the core of you, the highest and greatest good, micro, macro. So that you come together with unity in mind always, what is the highest and the best, are all being heard and valued, are all being creatively offered, are all being uniquely valued and respected in their own unique gifts as a spiritual being of light. And because those are the transitions we all have to work through. So how do we do it? Well, everybody's going through transitions at varying levels of dimensionality, varying levels of sacred becoming. And that's what, I was saying to my teens, well, that sounds pretty profound. Like, how are we at a global level, a collective level, how do we do this? And it's just return back to center. Live in your highest and your best every day, and be the joy of you every day. Look after you every day. And when you're following your highest and your best, everything will just vibrationally work itself out. And anything that is residue, just surrender it to source and spirit. I'm doing clearing. And so we wanted to bring in this beautiful, this getting used to working with your teams and calling your soul forward. So we wanted to do an activation. As you're clearing out the lower vibrational energies, and we intend through breath to call in light, and we call in light, just a gentle sweeping up from your root chakra, up from your fields, just calling in any densities that are needing to be released, anything that you've clamped down on. Resistance, when we're resistant or when we're going into self-preservation, we clamp down on the energies because we're resisting anything from harming us or hurting us. But just open up. You're a safe vessel of love. You're a safe vessel of love. You're a safe vessel of love. And through breath, we are whole. Thank you, Spirit. Through breath, we are whole. And in this activation and invocation, I choose to connect with my wholeness. I choose to connect with the soul of who I am. I choose to connect with the omnipresence of who I am. I choose to connect with the universe of who I am. I choose to connect with the source of all that I am, the councils and the galactic federations and all the beings of the highest light, the white light programs through human evolution, white light programs of the Christ consciousness, white light programs of my highest and my best for myself and my soul family and my collective. I am an epicenter of light. I am an epicenter of light. And on my exhale, I release any and all energies not serving me. And just feel the visualization of beautiful golden crystalline energies bathing you on your physical. Thank you, Spirit. Your mental, your emotional, your etheric energies, your spiritual energies. You're being bathed right now. Thank you, Spirit. I'm calling in the highest love. Thank you. The highest love and light, the highest healing energies of love and light. Thank you, Spirit. I am an open vessel. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to clamp down. I'm not going to shy away from. I'm going to be this highest version of me. I'm a goddess. I'm allowing my goddess energy to come forward. And I claim myself as a goddess. I claim myself as beautiful and creative. I claim myself as loving. I claim myself as very creative and very expressive. And I get to express myself differently all the time because I want to evolve. I want to change. And I'm working with the fields of light. I'm working with the fields of light. And I'm calling in light. And I'm moving light. And I'm calling in light. And I'm moving light. And anything that needs to be released is being called up. Gentle sweeping motion from all my chakras. Bathe and cleanse. And you can hear the birdies. Thank you. And in this moment, I choose love and I choose light. I choose the vibrancy of all colors. I choose the vibrancy and the transparency of all colors to bathe and cleanse all that I am and to create and make anew. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And in this moment now, Spirit, in this moment now, Spirit, I call in the beautiful benevolence of Gaia. And I'm using a grounding cord from my root chakra. Ground, ground, ground. Through your next inhale, 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 full body breath, and then ground to Gaia like the beautiful tree of life, ground. Going up to the highest heavens, going up to the highest heavens, and calling all that you are is light, all that you are is light. I am light, I am a beautiful aspect of love and light. I am an embodiment of love and light. Slow, purposeful movement. I am love and I am light. Breath feeds me, breath nourishes me, breath centers me, breath balances me. The beautiful sweeping elementals and the fairy energies. Thank you, Gaia. You can do this if you're standing or just in a chair. Remember to never hyperextend your spine or your back, and make sure that your pelvis is always flat and balanced, never off center. And as we become more and more awake, and as you become a fluid breather, full body breaths, not short and shallow. You want full body breaths to bring as much oxygen into every cell that you can, because that you're bathing, you're calling in light to your cells. My breath is purposeful and divine. My breath is purposeful and colorful. My breath is filled with light. I want myself to feel the light, to express the light, to be bathed in light. And I become new in light. I become a new cycle of breath. I become a new cycle of me. I become a new expression of me, a new exploration of me, a new excitement of me, because I am powerful and I'm beautiful and I am exciting. And I love how I create and express myself as this. Every new moment and every new breath is a new cycle of me. And I'm calling in light to all my chakras. I call in light, I call in light, I call in light, and I release what no longer serves. I'm a beautiful bouquet of flowers and color and light and joy. And all of the elementals and all of my soul is working with me. All of my soul is working with me. All of my soul is working with me. And I breathe in from Gaia. And I'm calling in all aspects of my soul. I'm calling in all aspects of my soul. My soul, please come forward. My soul, please come forward. My higher self, please harmonize with me. I harmonize my higher self, my higher mind. I harmonize my higher self, my higher mind. And I choose today, I choose today, I choose today to choose from the choice of spirit, to choose from the centering and the love of spirit. I choose to reflect and pause before I make any choices to ensure that I'm aligned with my highest intention of creating and loving and having the harmonization of benevolence of all loving spirit. Because I want to press out into new experiences of myself and to allow and to flow and to be the fluidic movement of breath. And I harmonize as spirit, and I harmonize as my soul, and it's very loving and it's very soft. I'm a vessel of light, and it's soft and it's allowing, and it's creative, and it's constantly being reborn and rebirthed anew. And I stand in the power of who I am, and I won't be swayed, and I won't be pressed to give my power away to anything that doesn't feel right for me. I'm standing in the power of who I am, and I know what's best for me. I know how to live my life and what's highest for me. My soul is constantly showing me. My soul is constantly presenting to me. My soul is constantly allowing me to create new ways. And my soul is constantly guiding me to new lands. My soul is constantly guiding me to new potentials and new colors and new vibrations and new excitements and new songs and new dances. And I'm allowing myself to be moving and allowing myself to be expressed. I'm allowing myself to co-create in new ways, because this is a new cycle and I get to choose. And I release all things from old cycles, and I'm calling in the wisdoms and the intelligences of it. And if there's anything from an old cycle that I have not yet reflected upon or not yet integrated, I'm asking my higher self and my soul to call that forward to me today, so that at the end of my day, and when I take moments to reflect, I can say, okay, now this is coming forward from yesterday and last week. Now, how do I feel about it? Because remember, as a constant being of renewal, you get to reflect on everything from the past, and everything from the past you have a higher wisdom for, because you're constantly renewing into a vaster aspect of you, especially if you're intuiting and you're calling in with intention of your highest and your best to harmonize. I'm harmonizing with my highest self. I'm harmonizing with my angelic self. I'm harmonizing with my elemental and my fairy self. I'm harmonizing with my galactic self. There's many aspects of you that have offerings for you. And they're always divinely timed for whatever you're being presented with right now. That wisdom will come from the depths of who you are. so that you can co-create in new ways, so that you can become ever new, so that you become the goddess of who you are, so that you become the one that chooses abundance in all things. You can become the one that chooses creativity in all things, to express yourself and explore yourself and experience yourself anew. So the intentions to create, the intentions to be of joy, the intentions to feel blissful. What does that feel like? You know, have the intention to feel healthy. My cells are healthy. I'm going to intend this today. I'm going to walk with intentions of health. I'm going to feed myself with intentions of wellness. I'm going to allow for all that I am to be the intention of a new soul version of me. And my cells are listening to me. My cells are saying, she is activating us and intending us to be in harmony with her soul. Her soul has been called forward. Her soul is massive and profound. Make no mistake about it. She's calling it forward. She wants to create in this way. So let's come on board, team. Let's come on board. And everything that you are as a multidimensional being just starts to harmonize with you through your intentions. Harmonizing the lessons, harmonizing the wisdoms, harmonizing the intelligences, tidying up any loose ends, tidying up any ability to test yourself and challenge yourself with older experiences, with new ways of communicating, new ways of being, new ways of behaving, and then allowing yourself to recenter and press out anew. I choose to create this way. I choose to create this way. This is who I know myself to be right now. I am healthy. I am wise. I am vibrant. I'm creative. I live as my soul. I'm open with the Mother and the Father. I'm an open vessel of love. There's nothing to fear. I know exactly who I am, and I'm supported by the heavens. I'm surrounded and supported by my soul. I am working with the heavens. I'm working with all of my guides and my teams, and I'm listening, and I'm hearing, and I'm sensing, and I'm acting, and I'm choosing from this space of love. And when you act from the space of your soul, nothing will throw you off. Nothing. You've got it. You've got it. You've learned enough. You're wise. You can choose from a higher place now what's good and what's important for you. The epicenter of who you are and your intentions. What is your becoming? What is your becoming? What is your intention in your becoming? I choose to live from a completely unconditional space. That's my intention today. It's my intention for me, my birthing of me. I choose to speak from a place that is spirit, because it's vibrational, it's powerful, and it's so loving. I get to love how I speak as spirit. I want to create as spirit. I want to create as spirit. I want to create new things for humanity. I want to press humanity out in the highest potential of love and light. And then in that intention, little sparks will come forward, classes and people and things to connect with, things to create, things to explore. Remember, as you set those intentions, it's a vibrational pulsation that the universe just converges and responds to you. So allow yourself every day. Intention is so important. What are you intending for yourself today as a soul? What are you intending yourself as a soul to hear, to listen, to co-create within? Allow all that you are to be the magnificence of all that you are. Love it and heal it. Offer it the highest compassion because you can, because you are. The harmony of love and oneness and unity for you. I'm in harmony for who I am. I'm in harmony for all aspects of me, constantly renewing, constantly honoring those experiences of less than and lack and harm and pain. And I get to call it in and say, I can create differently now so that I can create higher vibrational experiences for myself, because I can create and choose from love. I can create and choose from love, not reacting and responding and creating from places of fear and limitation. I create from spirit. I create from love. I create from spirit. I create from love. And then I'm attracting those higher vibrational realities. That's where we press out and take humanity into the version of reality that you want to co-create within. You're calling in those soul tribe. You're calling in those experiences. You're calling in the entrepreneurship of you, if you will, because you're setting that intention. This is my intention for me, and I'm a harmonized being of light for no other reason, because I want to feel joyful. I want to feel proud of who I am as a creator, as an expresser of light and love and unity, because I get to. That's the sacred child, the anticipation of you, the anticipation of you, the anticipation of you. Thank you, dear lighted ones, and we love you so much. And we're going to call in the fairies. We're going to call in Gaia and the highest masters. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We're going to do an activation, just clearing out the lower chakras. Thank you, Spirit. Releasing all the lack of self-doubt, any projections that are sent to you that are not of the highest intentions. Sometimes when you're going through great change, those that are not feeling as confident about change as you are, sometimes the projections that they send you are negative. So that's why it's important just to take that time to clear out your field and just to send light. It's okay that they're going through what they're going through, but it doesn't have to affect you. You don't have to take those energy projections on. You don't have to take the energy thought forms on of their disapproval of you. That's okay. Just allow them to go through their transmutation and their transition. Because as you move into something new, you're allowing them to also reflect upon their life and what is missing and what is being limited and what is coming up as fear for them. Because each sovereign beings, you should have the potential to live sovereignly within who you are as 100% happy and enjoy of who you are without needing of anyone. You don't need anything or anything from anyone. You don't need any specific thing. You don't need any specific person. It's all happiness and joy from within. And so you moving in your happiest and joy, fulfilling your dreams of self, of whole self, of soul, being the fulfillment of your soul, activates others to look at how are they fulfilled or not fulfilled, and for them to do it for themselves, and for you to be that expression and that radiance of that. So just allow all of those transition discomforts to be okay and not to take it on. So to bathe and cleanse your field at all times, set up appropriate energetic boundaries, set up appropriate interaction boundaries, what is feeling good for you and what's not feeling good, so that you're standing in your highest and your best, and always come together with the intention of the highest and the greatest good, so that you're constantly maintaining that soul connection as a family and what's important for the children to emulate and radiate from you as a soul. What are the important energies for you? And have it be respected within the all. And that's bringing everything up to a higher vibrational standard, not to always succumb to old beliefs and patterns and conditions and role definitions and, lineage, traditions that aren't serving the expansiveness of the creative soul. Because the creative soul wants to explore and express, always wants to be new. That's growth. That's evolution. So we're going to do an activation of calling in and activating any densities that need to be removed, any activations that need to come forward as light and love and remembrances, so that we're harmonizing as our soul. We're harmonizing as the new birthing of us. We're harmonizing as how can I create within myself? How can I honor myself in a new way? How can I harmonize and hear the inspirations? How can I hear the clairaudience? How can I hear my clairsentience and feel it and be it? How can all that I am as a spirit and soul, I want to activate that. I want to activate my co-creation as a soul, harmonizing the higher self. I want to harmonize myself in all of my ability to see and sense and to know Gaia. Hey, shishi, I like Gaia, and I've got it, and I am I. It's the key, shishi, out the Gaia, might the key, shishi, I, the Gaia. Elementals, thank you. Way to the inner and outer earth shamans, thank you. Hey, shishi, I am a kata the key. I am a kata the key. It's the key, shishi, I like the doing some clearing at the I Am Present Center. Clear it out, clear it out. Woo. Fears of that I Am Presence, being able to communicate with nature and spirit energies. Many of us carry a lot of energies in those areas where people are just sending negative thought projections, like how can she do what she does, and why is she doing what she's doing, and all those judgments that we all have when we don't understand things. And just clearing those energies out from your I Am Presence. When you're living and acting and behaving and co-creating as spirit, just like Buddha and the masters and Jesus, you don't have to conform to anyone's misunderstanding of you or lack of understanding of you, or even responding to any of those experiences and energies. Just be okay and loving who you are. And sometimes we carry these wounds with us right from childhood. So just clearing the I Am Presence and the sacral from any creative energies that were sent to you as ostracizing or bullying of your unique expression, your unique creativity. And just clearing those out with intention. I choose to clear out any energies and thought forms and any projections that were sent to my chakras that were holding me in less than or lack of, or weird or strange, or anything that was not allowing me to feel my fullest and to be my fullest. For now, I choose to be unique. I choose to be authentic. I choose to be loving and fully expressive in who I am, because I love who I am. I love my creativity. So as you release it, you fill it up with a higher vibrational affirmation of who you are in that chakra center. I am beautiful and I am creative. I am loving and I am powerful, and I get to create new ways. I'm expressive. I'm expansive. I am love. I am love. I am the I Am Presence of Source. I am the I Am Presence of Source. And I absolutely love who I am and how I manifest. I love who I am and how I create. I love who I am and how I express myself. And I don't have to subjugate myself to responding to anyone's misunderstandings or misrepresentations of me, because that's their conscious level and what they need at the time. And oftentimes those of us that come forward as light creators, We just have to allow the acceptance and unconditional love of everyone having their own unique response for things that are unusual, for things that they can't understand, things that they're not understanding at a vibrational light level. It's okay, because we all show that reflection to one another to add greater self-acceptance for those parts of me where I didn't accept myself in my uniqueness, greater parts of me where I didn't honor myself in my greater creativity. And so it's all purposeful. Everything is purposeful, but as you clear out the densities, you're also reflecting on your acceptance of you in a grander way. So just honor that. And the visionaries that, of all the masters, when they were creating the visionaries, they were able to tap into the Akashic records, into the energies. And when we open the Akasha and we open up those energies of Source Creator, we're shown experiences through our inner eye and our clairsentience and our clairaudience and our clairknowing. Every time I have a client, I'm just seeing a multidimensional picture, and it's not even in my third eye. It's just standing before me as an energy packet of vibration. I don't know how I know, I just know. It can't be described, it can't be proved, it can't be validated, it just is. It's spirit. So that's where you have to let go of all of those fears and all those judgments held within your chakras from infinite timelines, that you're here to heal and clear that. Because you are a fluid movement of Source. Your beautiful energy of Source. It's fluid, it's movement, it's fluid, it's movement, it's Source in all things. We don't ask a flower how it grows, it just grows. It just is. It's just the beauty and the elegance of Source. Source is in all things in between all things. And it's letting go of the mental mind space that's limited, that says, things have got to be proven. How does that know? How does that know? How does that know? Well, how does a flower know it's a flower? How does it know what to do? How does a bee know what to do in the beautiful ways that the bee does what it does? These are things that are innate within our DNA. It's things that are innate within our essence of spirit. Accept yourself as spirit, and you are spirit. Know yourself as spirit, and you are spirit. You'll behave, and you'll live, and you'll act, and you'll receive, and you'll give, and you'll be spirit. Living and receiving as the gifts of your soul. Living and receiving as the expression of your soul. And allowing yourself to clear away what needs to be cleared away. I'm not taking on that belief anymore. It's not mine. Because I'm beautiful, and I get to express myself as beautiful. And yes, my gifts are unique and creative, and so too are yours. So get comfortable with it. Be okay with it. Start loving yourself and stop allowing the little judgments to hold you back and hold others back. Be okay with who you are as expressive beauty and expressive light. Because there's beautiful gifts that are waiting for us, and it first comes with the acceptance of who you are and expressing yourself in that way. That feels better. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for directing me into that energy that was in my own presence. Thank you, because I am a beautiful expression of Source Creator, the Christ consciousness. My Christ consciousness connects with all Christ consciousness and all creation, and I'm given the information I need and when I need it and how I need it. Thank you, Spirit. That is my agreement with Source. That is my agreement of living with my soul. As the expression of my soul, I allow myself to know information when I need to know it, so that I am guided in this way. I am guided where to go and how to go. Thank you, Spirit, and I trust this in all ways. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I am the guidance of the Holy Creator. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father. I'm allowing Gaia to feel with me right now. Thank you, Spirit and Gaia. Thank you. I love you. We're so happy that you're with us today. Thank you, Joanna. Those are the fairies. Thank you, Spirit. Hi, they're saying, doesn't it feel better now when you're fluid and allowing the energy to live through you without hesitation or restriction? Yes, thank you, Spirit. Because your chakra centers are values of light and portals of light. So if they're clogged with veils of can't do, projections of what are you doing, that's not normal, you can't do that, who do you think you are, all of those dense projections that block the fluid experience of spirit. And you're beautiful, and yes, you can. Who says you can't? What are the rules? Be you. Express yourself as you, fully as spirit. Just allow yourself to be love, and all others is love. There's no restrictions, no limitations. Be the light of who you are, as spirit. Thank you. So feel your feet on the earth, and see and feel and sense and hear for the communication that Gaia sends you, for you have infinite receptors, infinite abilities to transmute energy, and each and every one of you are meant to transmute and transpose this information in a unique way, and it's meant to. Not every person and every channel is meant to come up with the same interpretation, for it's not meant to be that way. The interpretation is meant to be unique, for you are a unique vessel of Source, and you are adding your unique experience and threading of creation. No light language is meant to be in the same experience, not meant to. You're different vessels of interpretation, you're different vessels of experience, you're different vessels of potentiality. Meant to, there is a divine plan, there is a divine essence, don't you know, of course. Of course, you're not meant to all be the same. You're not meant to express yourselves the same. You're not meant to be the same in any way. For this is not evolution, is it? You have similarities, yes, but you are meant to flow into the newness that is source in all moments, up to the free will of who you are, to the free will of your own love and expression of who you are, grounding and anchoring who you are in all new moments to be in. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Hey, la la kat ke shishia kat ke ai shishia. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father, grounding with Gaia. Thank you, 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 Gaia. Councils of light, thank you, councils. Any hesitation that you have within the expression of who you are and the knowing of who you are, those hesitations of who you are, those beliefs that thread back to what you tried to allow yourself to fit in that did not feel right for you as spirit. So those are those hesitations. Am I going to be judged? Am I going to be devalued? Am I not going to belong? I'm going to be separate. Those hesitations are meaning that no, feel confident and clear in who you are. Stand in your power of light. This is who I am in this moment, and it will change the next moment. That's okay with me. Stand in the freedom of who you are. Stand in the freedom of who you are. And anytime a hesitation comes up, release it. I release that. That wasn't meant for me. I released that. That wasn't a belief that I had about me. I get to express myself in the moment of spirit. Thank you, councils of light. Thank you, the soul of all that I am, connecting with the universe. Thank you. Hi, Shishia, Mama Kata Take. Hi, Tatakata Take, Shishia, Kata Take. Yes, Shishia, Mama Kata Take. Hi, Shishia, Mama Kata Take. I like Ma Take, Shishia, Kata Take. Hi, Shishia, Mama Kata Take, Shishia, Kata Take. See if there's any more galactic messages for those listening. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father, and the galactic frequencies, Galactic Federation, Councils of Light, our celestial teams and our beings and our guides and our higher selves. And thank you. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father, for grace, consciousness, grids, and the omnipresent of all that we are, as the womb of creation, always renewing and always being birth. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father, for we are the nurturers. We are the inspirators of one another, are we not? Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I am the essence of the Holy Christ. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. The Spirit. Co-creation and love. I am Mama Kataka. Shishia la Kataka. Hey, Sisia, my Shishia ma. Hi, Sisia, Mama Kataka. Shishia la Kataka. So, what I'm seeing now, I don't know what this is. The vibration of clarity. Thank you. Okay, so they're showing me a vibrational field of gossamer threads that are in and around me right now. They're showing me in my knowingness what the councils had just said about the moment for moment living and flowing as you without question, without hesitation, provides clarity to the omnipresent of who you are as a field of light. And they were showing me in that the field of light that I am, the gossamer threads that were being clarified. Like little beautiful, hi, Shishia, just clarifying and clearing this beautiful love for you. Thank you. Tones and intentions, clarifying and rarefying the field and the gossamer threads that I sit within the gossamer threads of the Holy Christ. Thank you, the Christ consciousness, like crystalline grid. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father. My communication web through which all is communicated through vibrations of sound and tone and sacred geometry of the song that is the Holy Source created the omnipresence. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And so they're just showing me, thank you, Spirit, that every time I come forward with these experiences, thank you, Spirit, as the creation of who I am. There's an infinite number of beings that are working with me right now, through me right now. It's like this beautiful gown of creation. And those of us that are divine goddesses and women that have, really dreamed and had those fairy tales about the most beautiful gown that you could ever imagine, but it goes around all around you, this 8-foot, 10-foot gown. And it's just lightweight, it's featherweight, and it's just filled with the most beautiful gossamer threads of love and light and sound and vibration. And you, the epicenter of you, all that you are, you get to clarify, you get to intend, you get to say, this is what I want to come into my field. This is what I'm calling in. These are my receptors. These are my receivers. This is how I clear. This is how I am clear about who I am. I walk as the epicenter of light. And this is why when the Christ did walk and he did travel, most of us that are conduits of the Christ consciousness, it's a part of our blueprint to travel and to be around different lands and different people, because our fields and our bodies of the Christ consciousness interact with the grids. We send and receive information to and from at all times. It's a part of our soul's blueprint to constantly travel around different tribes and around different communities. And this is why when anyone goes back to try and create timelines of the Christ, of where he walked and when he walked, it can't be done, because again, time is always changing. It's never a fluid linear experience, because he traveled and he placed his Christ consciousness information and wisdoms and energies and prayers and communions. All that he was is the Christ consciousness, a field of, infinite light. And they were showing me that when I was making tones, I was clarifying, and the threads become taut and clear, and those densities become decalcified, because we take on the energies of the collective and the consciousness. So it's up to us to be responsible for our light. It's up to us to be responsible for what we're calling in and harmonizing with as a beautiful being. And why, when he did walk, he did activate the fields of others, and people could tell that the Christ was coming. They could tell in his field and his vibration. So he was interacting with the grids. He was interacting in that fluid experience that was source creator, that was the gossamer threading and the vibrational song, and all things. All things in our galaxy, all things in creation move on the vibration of love. It's a vibrational song, infinite threads and layers and programs and love. And it's all, there's never any right or wrong. They're infinite threads of love and light. And as you align with your atonement of who you are, I am a creative fluid experience, no hesitation, I'm love. I am love. And you place yourself within the vibrational song that's constantly always harmonizing and being reborn. Thank you. And mastery is just ever living in that moment of now. I love who I am. I've learned my lessons. I'm so grateful I am who I am. I love who I am. I learned from my lessons. I love all that I am. I create in who I am. And in this moment, I know who I am as the expression of source creator of love and of light. Thank you, Spirit. And we love you all dearly. We thank you. So call in your teams. Call in the higher self of all that you are. Know that you're an epicenter of light. Call in the vibrations of love and light and release what doesn't serve you. And keep your intentions to be creative and loving and flowing. And in the moment of now, a Spirit, in the moment of now, a Spirit, just know you've learned your lessons. And you're releasing what no longer serves, and you're falling into a new experience of now, a moment rebirthing, and you're creating a new. So we hope that you've enjoyed this experience of always honoring the new cycles. Sussing out how your ascension cycle is going, and when you're doing your releasing, when you're doing your calling in and your integrating, and the processing of your releasing, the processing of how you're challenging yourself to express new, to explore new, and to create new. For you are the expression of your reality. So have fun with it and be in love with it, because it's you. Thank you, Spirit. We love you, Spirit, and we love you always. We have our class tomorrow for those that would like to donate, for those that would like to join us on our weekly and bi-monthly classes. And we love you so much for private sessions and for healing glyphs. The links are all below, and we love you so much. Thank you, dear light of friends. We rainbow you. Bye. Bye.